Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you Charlie and our Premier League prediction show. Basically, Charlie, we'll run through the rules first. Last week was just a warm-up. Today it starts proper. You tell them the point system.
So basically, how it works, how we're going to do it is after each week, as well as doing our predictions for the coming games, the games that we predicted last time. We're going to sort of do a table. We're going to tally it up and see who eventually wins. So basically, if you predict the correct score, to get the exact scoreline right, you get 3 points. If you predict the correct result, you get 1 point, and then if you get it wrong, 0. That's pretty much how it works. So yeah, we're going to get right into things, David.
If you get it wrong, you get a big fat L. That's what you get.
Yeah, 0.
And we'll get straight into it. And just before we do, you have until half time of the 6 o'clock kickoffs today to get your score predictions in. And after that, it's up to me and Charlie to tally up if you want to be a part of our league. I know we had Lillywhite Lane do it the last time, so hopefully he's in there again. And a couple of others that said they will be putting in the full score predictions this week. But look, why not take part? It's a bit of crack, you know what I mean? But look, Charlie, we get into it. We'll get into the first game. Sheffield United versus West Brom. Look, West Brom, in my opinion, probably had the best transfer market yesterday. On deadline day, they got in a heap of players on loan. Fair play to them. That's the effect of Big Sam. But I'm going Sheffield United in this one. I'm going to go Sheffield United 3-2.
3-2? Ooh,
3-2, I'm going big.
I'm feeling the opposite, really. I feel like it's going to be like a sort of dull game, just two teams battling. And I think, I'm going to agree with your result. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Sheffield United win. I think Sheffield United could pull out of the bag after having 2 good performances, beating Man United, only losing by 1-0 at City. I think they're going to nick this one 1-0. But 3-2, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm basing that on the West Brom versus Fulham game. Yeah.
And then I'm also basing it on the fact that Sheffield United only lost 1-0 to City. I think they had chances against City. I think it's kind of a big relegation game. I think there will be goals. That's why I'm going 3-2. Look, I could end up with egg on my face, but look,
I think it'll be cagey. I think it'll be cagey.
Could very well be. But one thing we're both in agreement is that we think Sheffield United will take this. Moving on to the next game, it's Wolves versus Gunnersaurus, which is AKA Arsenal. Look, I'm going to go Wolves 1-0,
Oh, it's an interesting one there. What's your reason for
that? Wolves are at home. Arsenal are going to take a dip in form again sometime and then crash back down to reality. And I think this will be the game, I just think Wolves will turn them over 1-0.
It's an interesting one. I'm going 1-1. I think that it will be a cagey game. I think Wolves, who have been on dreadful form lately, without a win in their last, 8 or something. They lost to Crystal Palace last week in a poor game of football. Yes, they have brought in Willian Jose, so he could probably cause the Arsenal defence a few problems. So I'm going 1-1. I think it'll be a tight game. I think both attacks who haven't really been brilliant this season. So look, it will be one of them sort of. I don't think it will be an exciting game, but I think I fancy both sides to score in this one. So yeah, I'll go 1-1.
1-1. Yeah, you could very well be right. So then we move on to Man United for Southampton.
Injury hit Southampton.
Yeah, and Southampton, to be honest, were unlucky there in their last game. I watched the highlights against Villa. They just couldn't put the ball in the net, and they got robbed with the Matty Cash handball.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
And they got robbed with the Danny Ings offside. It was an absolute.
Ridiculous.
They got robbed.
Yeah, ridiculous, quite frankly.
Do you know, I fancy Southampton to turn United over. Do you know that? I'm gonna go 2-1 Southampton.
Oh, come on, David. Right, I've gone for something. I've gone for 1-1. I think United are. If this was at St Mary, I'd put a United win. But United have been a different team at home. They weren't against Arsenal, and it was 0-0. They probably could have won the game, but they weren't sort of as good as I've seen them at times this season. But with Old Trafford, they haven't been the same team. So I'm going to go 1-1. I fancy Saints to nick a result in this one.
I'm just thinking back on our last Premier League prediction for the United Arsenal. We did say that definitely wasn't going to be game of the day, and we turned out to be correct on that. It was an absolute bore fest, a snooze fest. You know what I mean? Halfway during the game, I asked the girlfriend to go and get me the pillows and duvets so I could take a nap. It was that boring. 1-1. Playing it safe. Look,
1-1.
That's what I originally thought. that, but I'm kind of hoping Southampton nick it.
So am I. So am I. But we'll see.
Moving on to Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. Now, I think this will be a boring game.
Yeah, I was thinking that. That's definitely the most boring game.
Do you know what? Newcastle are a team.
They beat Everton. They got 2-0 win over Everton.
Yeah.
2-0 win over Everton.
But I've seen them do that time and time again this season. I remember earlier on, back at the start of the season, they nicked a couple of games late, 2-0. Because they tend to just sit back for 70, 75 minutes and then flood men forward and catch themes.
Typical Steve Bruce.
But it's hard to look past Eze. The guy has an absolute wonder.
Him and Zaha have been linking up so well.
I'm going to go 2-0 Palace.
2-0 Palace. Ooh. Do you know what? I'm going for a difference.
Before I give you a score prediction, if I'm correct, I actually think Palace have a great away record at Newcastle. So.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't think much of that. But for me, do you know what? I'm going for a 1-0 Newcastle. I think that... actually, do you know what? I'll go 2-1. I'll go for a 2-1 Newcastle. I think Palace could get a goal. But I just feel like Newcastle, they're unlucky against Leeds. And they played very well against Everton. I was impressed with them, actually, against Everton. So they're picking up form lately. So I'm going to go for 2-1 Newcastle. I think they'll just edge it, being at home as well. I'll go for a nervy win for them.
Yeah, not bad. Now we move on to tomorrow's fixtures now, Charlie. Burnley at home to Man City. Oh.
Burnley and Man City's whipping boys every year. You know what I mean?
They are. Burnley also turned up to Anfield and fucking turned Liverpool over.
But...
You know, they're not easy bet. I'm going to go 1-1, you know. I'm going to go draw.
I'm going 3-0 City. 3-0 City. There's only one winner here for me. Look, City are going to turn them over. Burnley are their whipping boys every season. 5-0 at the Etihad every year. And I think City will get another convincing win over Burnley. And as we know, City have been phenomenal lately. They've really, really been back to their best. So I'm going 3-0 City. I think it'll be a comfortable win for them.
I've actually just had a disaster. It's after popping into my mind that they only play Chelsea. So playing City off the back of playing Chelsea is going to be tough. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with my score prediction. Fulham versus Leicester. Again, I think this is going to be a draw, you know. I'm going to go 1-1 again.
Do you know what, as well? I actually agree with you. I'm going to go 1-1 as well. I think Leicester without Vardy, they've struggled.
Yeah.
You saw against Leeds. Leeds were very impressive in that 3-1 win. And I just feel Fulham, they got a win at the King Power. So I do think Fulham could nick something here. I'm going to go 1-1 as well. I think Fulham can get a point in this game. And, so 1-1 for me as well.
Fulham at home are hard bet this season, and they've proved that. They took a point off Liverpool. They took a point off us. They've took some big scabs there this year, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if they take
Leicester without Vardy. Without Vardy, that's where I can see them struggling for goals and stuff. So that's why I'm going 1-1.
Moves us on to the next one. Leeds versus Everton. Bielsa versus Ancelotti.
Ooh.
Leeds are off the back of a very good win, you know. They're off the back of a very good win, and Everton are off the back of a poor home defeat to Newcastle, and they're away at Leeds. Do you know what? I'm going to go Leeds 2-1.
2-1 Leeds. Oh, do you know what? I'm going 2-1 Everton. I think Everton could bounce back from this. I think Leeds, they're very, very open. They're very, very open. I think Leicester without Vardy struggled to exploit that. I just feel with Everton, with Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, James, I think they could exploit that, you know. Leeds leave so much space. So I'm going to go for 2-1 Everton. I fancy them to bounce back in this one.
Interesting. Moving on to the two teams playing in the claret and blue. Aston Villa versus West Ham.
Spammers.
What are you thinking on that? I'll let you go first this time.
Oh, this is an interesting one. So Aston Villa coming off that win against Southampton as well. West Ham, we know, coming off a pretty poor, very poor, in fact, 3-1 defeat to Liverpool. So Villa, I've been so impressed with Grealish, so impressed with him. He is a fantastic player. So, do you know, I'm going to go for Villa to edge this one. I'm going 2-1 Villa. I think they will just nick it, this one. I think it'll be a tight game. As always, for West Ham, I fancy Souček to get a goal. He's literally David Moyes, his new Fellaini, essentially.
Yeah.
So I fancy Souček. He's like the perfect guy for fantasy football, genuinely. So I'll fancy him to get one. However, with Grealish, with Watkins, the guys Villa have, I fancy him to nick this one. So I'm going to go 2-1 Villa.
I was thinking of draw myself, but I don't know. This is a hard one. I'm going to go draw. I'm going to go... no, I'm going to go 2-1 Villa myself. I actually do think that Villa will burst the West Ham bubbles that they like to blow around the place. There's some special elite blowing bubbles like 4-year-olds with your little dipstick and the bubble stick. You know what I mean? They're an absolute joke. So I'm going to go Villa 2-1. Liverpool versus Brighton. Brighton had a great showing against us, but we are in poor form right now.
We're a joke.
Very poor form. We're rock bottom right now. You know, Liverpool, I can only see Liverpool beating Brighton and building momentum. I'm going to go Liverpool 2-0. I don't think Brighton will score against Liverpool whatsoever.
Look, I'm going 3-0 Liverpool. I can only see one winner in this.
Yeah.
Look, we made Brighton look better than they are, let's be completely honest. So I think Liverpool, they're really sort of picking up form again. So I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool. Only one winner in this one.
And Mope, you're a cheat in the words of Tyson Arsenal. And then it brings us on to Thursday's game. The big one. The one that we're all kind of dreading in a way.
I'm honestly dreading this.
It's Tottenham versus Chelsea. But you know what? There's no better time to bring Chelsea to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, spank them and show them who still runs London right now, even though we're rock bottom. I'm gonna go 1-0 Tottenham. I can't see us score more than one against this Chelsea team. I do think this Chelsea team will have this 16 passes with no end product on the end of it. I'm going to go big. I'm going to go Tottenham 1-0. I can't go against Tottenham. I can never do it. I cannot do it. Charlie, I know you have an interesting one for this. Take it away.
David, I hate to say this. Because I can't stand Chelsea and I love my club, right? But we're a disaster at the minute. Chelsea got their good win against Burnley. Of course, the Thomas Tuchel thinks he's starting to sort of improve them, have more time with them and stuff. So, and I hate to say this. It pains me to say this, but I can't see us winning. I really can't. With Kane out, what are we going to do? I cannot. And with this defence, we're a joke. We're an absolute shambles. So, look, I might get flack for this. But I'm going 3-0 Chelsea. I'm sorry to say that. I cannot see us doing anything in this game. The way we were just how pathetic we were.
Forgive me for that one, Charlie. That's very bold.
I'm probably going to get slaughtered for this, but 3-0 Chelsea. That's what I'm saying. I cannot stand this team, genuinely.
Yeah, no, look. Thomas Tuchel, he's going to come to Tottenham. We're going to turn him into Thomas the Tank Engine without the engine. We're going to send him back to Stamford Bridge.
Mate, and I'll add this as well, mate. I'm just so... I don't want to give too much away because we'll be doing the preview tomorrow. But look, I want to be optimistic. I do. I always try and be optimistic, but I can't. I just can't. I'm just so deflated and void of any trust, hope, belief in this team. There's none. From a fan point of view, there's none. Yeah. There's too many passengers, too many players that aren't good enough. And with Chelsea, we know Werner's bound to score. We just know it. Brighton hadn't won a home game for like however many days. Dr. Tottenham. Werner is been piss poor for Chelsea. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to say this, but I can only see one winner, and I don't think we're going to win. I'll be completely honest.
You're not gonna take me out of my good mood, Charlie. I'm going to back the boys.
Everyone watching, I'm so sorry. I'm probably going to get flack for this, but it's just the way I see it. I'm sorry.
No, look. To be honest with you, I think most Spurs fans will be in your camp than my camp, but I'm just optimistic. I can't go against the Tottenham. I've probably thrown away my Premier League prediction because it could very well come down to that game. But look, I tip us to bounce back. I always believe we can bounce back. As delusional as people may call me, I believe we can bounce back. And look, there you have it, guys. There is our Premier League predictions. Make sure you get your score predictions for the games down below and take part in our little mini league just for a bit of crack, just to make some of these Premier League games interesting while we are being shit at the minute. And look, also, if you want to see more of this content, make sure you smash that like, make sure you smash that subscribe. For those of you who don't know who Charlie is, which I'd be very surprised if you don't, make sure you get over and check out Charlie THFC. Show this guy an out, subscribe as well. all your support is needed. And look, coming up at 7:30 today will be another Tell Me Your Spurs story. It was supposed to be Marcelo's, but StreamYard, I didn't know you could. You can't download after a 15-day period, so I have to redo that with Marcelo. So today I'll be bringing you Lee Dorset, the Spurs fan. Next week I'll be bringing you Charlie. Then the week after that we'll be bringing you Marcelo. Sorry about the delay. I didn't see that on StreamYard that you have to use the recording within 15 days or download it within 15 days. I thought I could have them on stockpile there. That's not the case. But look, we move on. And then also tomorrow I'll be bringing you a Chelsea preview, so stay tuned for that. It's sure going to be an interesting one. And look, in Josie we trust. Come on, you Spurs. Let's go.
Come on.